Alright, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let us continue with the second video of chapter 2, Evolution of Management Thought. And then I just want to brief you again. The content of this particular chapter is that we are going to look into a different perspective in terms of how the managers perform and how the organization is trying to become more effective and efficient. It is all started with the scientific approach in the early 18th centuries. In the late 18th centuries, they have started this theory in which the focus is on job specialization, division of labor, because during that time, we can imagine that is during early industrial era, industrial era. So they focus more on job specialization and division of labor. And then they've started to focus on administrative perspective, in which how can we become more administratively effective and efficient. We talk about in terms of the division of labor, bureaucracy, and then the Henry Fayol 14 principles of management. And then they move into behavioral perspective, in which they started to believe that men are not machines. Men have feelings, and then the managers, need to consider the human side of the employees in order for you to become more effective and efficient. And then in the management theory, in the behavioral theory, they started to believe that they have differentiate between different sorts of managers, theory Y and theory X and theory Y managers, where they believe they look at employees into two different perspectives. So the next one, the fourth management theory is the management science theory. This is the contemporary approach to management that focus on the use of rigorous quantitative techniques to help managers make maximum use of organizational resources to produce goods and services. The key word here is quantitative technique. So the management science theory, they started to embedded the element of quantitative techniques in order for the organizations to become more effective and efficient. So the quantitative management utilizes mathematical techniques. The operations management give managers a set of techniques that they can use to analyze any aspect of organization's production system to increase efficiency. And then they have embedded the management information system. Maybe perhaps this is during the 1980s, and we have started to develop this MIS and give managers information about events occurring inside the organization as well as in its external environment. And then the final theory, which is the organizational environment theory or contingency approach. And this is the set of forces and conditions that operate beyond the organizational boundaries but affect a manager's ability to acquire and utilize resources. We have developed an open system, a system that takes resources for its external environment and transform them into goods and services that are then sent back to that environment where they are bought by the customers. So in this particular open system, for example, so we have the input stage, and then we have the output stage, input stage, and then we have the conversion stage, and then we have the output stage where we produce the end goods, the end products. The conversion stage is the transformational stage where you transform the inputs into outputs, and this is part of the organizations as an open system. We also have a closed system, a self-contained system that is not affected by changes in its external environment. Synergy. And the last one, we want to talk about the contingency theory. This is part of the final, the organizational environmental theory. The contingency theory is the idea that the organizational structure and control system managers choose depend on the characteristics of the external environment in which the organization operates, meaning that there is no one best way to organize. You need to organize based on the situation. Maybe perhaps a particular theory, theory X, may be applicable to employees who are recently being appointed, recently new in the organization. So we need to express theory X type of manager. But when we are dealing with much older employees, much experienced employee in the organization, maybe theory X is no longer applicable, is not appropriate. So we might want to switch our way of managing into theory Y manager. And then they talk about, at the end of the chapter, they talk about different structure, mechanistic structure, organization structure in which authority is centralized, tasks and rules are clearly specified, and employees are closely supervised. And then we have organic structure. This is more decentralized to middle and first line managers, where you can make your own decision based on situational issues that you are dealing with. And finally, it ends up with dynamic capabilities. Its organizations have the ability to build, integrate, and reconfigure processes to address rapidly changing internal and external environments. So that is the end of the chapter. So hopefully by now you should understand there are different approaches in terms of the way we deal or we manage our organization. It has started since the late 18th centuries, and then even up until now, where they developed the contingency approach. But anyway, anyhow, we as managers, we need to implement and adopt to different types of theory or different types of style in different contexts of management in order for you to become more effective and efficient as managers. So all the best.